Hello everyone, welcome back to the online classes by Kannur Institutions. In last class we were discussing about the methods to express the concentration of the solutions. Regarding that we were discussing about the percentage and one more is the ppm and molarity. So in 5 minutes I will remind you what we taught in last class. So that is a percentage means we can calculate the percentage in three ways. One is a mass percentage, that is a W by W. That means solute is taken in a gram and the solvent is taken in a gram. That is the mass of a substance that is present in 100 grams of a solution. And mass volume percentage, that is denoted by the W by V, and mass of a substance dissolved in 100 ml of a solution. And the volume percentage, that is a number of volume of substance dissolved in 100 ml of solutions. That is regarding the mass percentage. One more we are discussing ppm, that is a parts per million, used for the very less quantity of solute present in a solvent. In such cases we are expressing the concentration in terms of ppm. And one more we are discussing very important concentration term is molarity. And molarity means what? The number of moles of a substance dissolved in per liter of the solutions. Regarding that, we will discuss about the formula regarding the molarity, that is M is equal to what we are discussing, N2 divided by volume of the solution in liter. And also we are discussing about the after the dilution, how to calculate the molarity of the solution means that is M1 V1 is equal to M2 V2. And regarding one more non-reacting reactions, that is same, if it is the same solutes like acid or base. In such cases we are calculating the resulting molarity of the solution by M is equal to M1 V1 plus M2 V2 divided by V1 plus V2. For the reacting species we can calculate the resulting molarity, that is M1 V1 minus M2 V2 divided by V1 plus V2. So this much we were discussing in the last class. In today's class we will discuss about the remaining concentration terms of concentration terms like molality and mole fraction and normality. So I will go to the first one, molality. So molality is denoted by the small m, but the molarity is denoted by the capital M. So here the molality means the mass of solvent is taken in what it is kg. In case of a molarity, the solvent is taken in a volume, that is a liter. What do we mean by the molality? Molality means the number of moles of a substance dissolved in per kg of a solvent. That is the meaning of the molality. So how to define this one? The number of moles of solute dissolved or present in 1 kg of solvent. The number of moles of solute dissolved in or present in 1 kg of solvent. The difference between the molarity and molality is, in case of a molarity, the number of moles dissolved in per liter of the solution, but in case of molality, the number of moles of solute dissolved in 1 kg of a solvent. So how to write this one? Molarity is equal to M is equal to the number of moles of solute, dissolved or present in mass of a solvent is taken in kg. Mass of solvent in kg. So now number of moles is denoted by N. So if it is a solute means that is denoted by the 2, and the number of moles of a solvent is denoted by the N1. So now N2 means what? Number of moles of a solute dissolved in, so that is weight in what? Kg. Mass of a solvent in kg. So if you want to express the weight in grams, so that is N2 divided by weight in grams. you have to multiply by 1000. If it is in gram, 1 kg equal to 1000 gram. So that is N2. N2 means what? Number of moles of a solute. How to define this one? Weight of a solute, W2 divided by molar mass of a solute. N2 is equal to W2 divided by M2. So now this one, W2 divided by M2 into 1000 divided by weight in grams. So this is the formula to calculate the molality of the substance. Molality is equal to weight of the substance, that is a solute, and molar mass of a solute, 1000 divided by weight in grams. If it is in kg, we can use the N2 divided by weight in a kg. So this is the molality. And one more point regarding this one you can remember. So molality is independent of temperature. Molality is independent of temperature. Because why the molality is independent on temperature? Because the mass of the substance taken in a kg, that mass of a solvent does not change with the temperature, hence it is the molality is independent on temperature. But the one more point regarding the molarity, you have to remember, molarity is dependent on temperature if the volume of the solution is involved, but the molality is independent of temperature. This is about the molality, very simple, number of moles of solute dissolved in per kg of a solvent. So that is N2 divided by weight taken in a kg. So N2 is equal to what? Number of moles of solute. So if you take the weight in grams, you have to multiply with 1000. So now we will get the final formula to calculate the molality. So next one we will moving towards the mole fraction. Yes, one more concentration term, that is a mole fraction, we will discuss now. The mole fraction means it is a ratio between the number of moles of one component to the total number of moles of all the components of the solution. So that is called as a mole fraction. So mole fraction is denoted by the X. How to define this one? So that is, it is the ratio between number of moles of one component, number of moles of one component to the total number of moles of all the components of solution. So this is the definition of the mole fraction. So it is the ratio between the number of moles of one component. One component may be what? Solute or the solvent, to the total number of moles of all the components present in the solution. So that is a mole fraction. So here you can take the X1 is the mole fraction of solvent, and X2 is the mole fraction of solute. And one more, we already know that N1 means what? Number of moles of solute, and N2 means number of moles of N1 means the number of moles of solvent and number of moles of solute. So now if you want to write the mole fraction of the solute definition, mole fraction of the solute denoted by the X2 is equal to, so number of moles of solute, that is denoted by what? N2, and total number of moles of solution. So it means in case of a binary solution, we are having a two components. One is the solute and the solvent, that is N1 plus N2. In the binary solution, we are having a two components. One is a solvent, another one is a solute. So this is simply you can write that N2 divided by N1 plus N2. How to define the definition of the mole fraction of the solute? Mole fraction of the solute is defined as it is the ratio between the number of moles of solute to the total number of moles of solvent and the solute. So that is N2 divided by N1 plus N2. So now we can define the mole fraction of the solvent is equal to, mole fraction of the solvent is defined as it is the ratio between the number of moles of solvent to the total number of moles of solvent and the solute. So that is x1 is equal to N2 divided by N1 plus N2, and x2 is equal to N2 divided by N1 plus N2. And one more important point you can remember here, the sum of the mole fraction of all the components present in the solution is always equal to 1. So that is sum of the mole fractions of all components in solution is equal to 1 or unity. In case of the binary solution means it is having a two components. So x1 plus x2, mole fraction of solvent and mole fraction of solute always equal to what? 1. This is the important formula. X1 plus x2 is equal to 1. Using this formula we can calculate the what? X2 or x1. x2 is equal to what? 1 minus x1, or x1 is equal to what? 1 minus x2. So later we will discuss in the numerical problems. This is about the mole fraction. Yes, we will discuss about the one more concentration term, that is a important normality. So normality means what? It is the number of gram equivalent of solute dissolved in per liter of the solution. What is the difference between the molarity and normalities? In case of a molarity, we have taken the number of moles, but in case of a normality, we have taken it is the number of gram equivalent of solute dissolved in per liter of the solution. So normality is denoted by the capital N. So unit of the normality is, so that is gram equivalent weight to the liter. So this is the unit of the normality. So normality is equal to, so gram equivalent weight divided by volume of the solution, in liter or dm cube. So now how to calculate the gram equivalent weight? The number of gram equivalent weight is equal to weight of the substance in gram, weight of substance in gram divided by equivalent weight. So now equivalent weight expressed in terms of gram means, that is we call as a gram equivalent weight. So now weight of the substance or weight of solute denoted by what? W2 and equivalent weight. So now normality is equal to gram equivalent weight is equal to what? W2 divided by equivalent weight and volume of the solution in liter. If you take the volume of the solution in ml means, so 1 liter is equal to 1000 ml into 1000 divided by volume in ml. So this is a formula to calculate the normality of the solution. N is equal to W2, weight of the substance, divided by equivalent weight into 1000 divided by volume of the solution in ml. This is about the one more important normality concentration term. So now we will discuss the different formula regarding the normality like molarity. So this is definition of the normality. Molarity we know that. Now we will discuss about the relation between molarity and also normality, mole fraction and molality, and the different relations we will discuss now. So one more important term you can remember here regarding the normality is inversely proportional to temperature. Normality is inversely proportional to temperature. If it, for example, you can take one more formula regarding the dilution. Say if the solution having a two normality, can say if the solution having a two normality, if you dilute the solution by adding a water, for example, you can take the 100 ml of water. If you add to the two normality solution, obviously the normality of the solution will changes. In such cases, we can calculate the normality of this solution using the what? Formula like N1 V1 is equal to N2 V2. This is before dilution, and this is after dilution. Before dilution we having a normality 2N, 2 normality, and volume of the solution we already know, that is a gram equivalent weight, and N2 normality of solution. After the dilution we have to calculate volume of the solution, how much we are adding, 100 ml. So that is a formula to calculate after the dilution. And one more important is normality and density. So that is same as that of molarity also. Normality is equal to 10 d into x divided by equivalent weight. In case of molarity also we have a same formula, normality versus density, that is m is equal to 10 dx divided by molarity of molar mass of a solid we have taken. In case of a normality we have taken a equivalent weight. Here the d means what? Density, x means mass percentage of solute. So as we already know that this means equivalent. Later we will discuss how to calculate the equivalent of the substances. Later we will discuss it. This is the one more formula between the what it is normality and density. Next formula regarding the normality is normality of mixture having the same solids, or so for the non-reacting reactions, or you can tell for non-reacting reaction. So that resulting normality can be calculated N resulting normality is equal to N1 V1 plus N2 V2 divided by total value V1 plus V2. The same formula in molarity, that is the resulting molarity is equal to M1 V1 plus M2 V2 divided by V1 plus V2. In case of normality, same, instead of M1 we have taken here N1. So that for non-reacting reactions means it may be solute or acid maybe, or base is added to the another base. In such cases those will not reacting each other. In such cases we can calculate the normality of resulting solution by this formula. In case of reacting species like different acid and base, in case of acid plus base, if you added the acid to the base, the normality of the solution will be changes. In such cases the resulting normality can be calculated by that is N1 V1 minus N2 V2 divided by V1 plus V2. Here the N1 V1 is greater than N2 V2 for the acidic solutions. In case of basic, one more it is, that is N1 V1 minus, can take N2 V2 minus N1 V1 divided by V1 plus V2. Here N1 V1 is less than N2 V2 for the basic condition. Here it is very simple. Higher concentration term minus lower concentration term we have to take, whatever it may be there. So here also here. So this is a one more formula regarding that. So normality to calculate the, in case of different solutions, acid base or acid acid or base base. This is the formula regarding the molarity of the mixture. Yes, in case of a definition of the normality, that is a number of gram equivalent of a solute dissolved in per liter of the solution. What is the meaning of the gram equivalent weight? Now we will discuss that one. So that is a gram equivalent means what it is? The number of parts by weight of a substance which displays the one part by weight of a hydrogen and 35.5 weight of chlorine and 8 parts weight of a substance by the oxygen. That is the meaning of the equivalent weight. How to calculate the equivalent weight of the different substances? Now we'll discuss that. So that is a number of gram equivalent weight is equal to number of equivalent gram equivalent weight is equal to weight of a substance in gram, weight of a substance in gram divided by gram equivalent weight. Gram equivalent weight. What is the meaning of the gram equivalent weight? Means equivalent weight expressed in terms of gram. That's it. So now how to calculate the equivalent weight? So equivalent weight of acid you can take. Equivalent weight of acids. So that is equal to equivalent weight of acid is equal to molecular weight divided by basicity. Molecular weight divided by basicity. Now how to calculate the basicity? Basicity means what? That is a basicity means the number of replaceable hydrogen atoms by the what? Metal of an acid you can take. So that is the basicity means the number of hydrogen atoms the number of replaceable hydrogen atoms you can take. The number of replaceable hydrogen atoms of acid or in acid. The number of replaceable hydrogen atom in acid molecule. For example, you can take equivalent weight of HCl. How to calculate the equivalent weight of HCl? That is the molecular weight of HCl divided by basicity of HCl. Molecular weight of HCl, that is the Cl having a molecular weight is 35.5, hydrogen having a 1, total it is 36.5. Molecular weight of HCl is 36.5 divided by basicity of HCl. How many replaceable hydrogen atoms are there in HCl? That is 1. 1 hydrogen atom is there. Hence we have to divide it by 1. It is equal to 36.5. This is the equivalent weight of HCl. So now you can take the one more example regarding this one is equivalent weight of H2SO4 you can take. Equivalent weight of H2SO4. How to calculate this one? So molecular weight of H2SO4 divided by basicity. Molecular weight of H2SO4 it is 2 hydrogen atoms multiplied by 1 and plus sulfur that is 1 having a 32 molar mass plus 4 oxygen atoms 16. Total how much it is? 98. 2 plus 32 plus 64. Now it is molecular weight of H2SO4 is equal to 98 divided by basicity of H2SO4. How many replaceable hydrogen atoms are there in H2SO4? There are 2 replaceable hydrogen atoms. Hence we have to divide the 2 here. 98 divided by 2 is equal to 2 4s are 2 9s, that is 49. This is the equivalent weight of the acid like HTSO4 and HCl. You can calculate the different equivalent weight of different acids by using the molecular weight divided by basicity. So now we will calculate the equivalent weight of base. Equivalent weight of base. So very simple it is. So equivalent weight of base is equal to molecular weight divided by acidity. Molecular weight divided by acidity. What is the meaning of the acidity? That is the total number of replaceable hydroxyl ions or hydroxyl groups in base, that is. So for example, you can take the equivalent weight of base like NaOH, you can take equivalent weight of base like NaOH, molecular weight of NaOH divided by acidity of NaOH. How to calculate the molecular weight of NaOH? NaOH molecular weight is equal to, so that is 23 plus oxygen 16 plus hydrogen is 1. Total how much it is? 40. I think 23 plus 4 24, 30, that is a 40. So now molecular weight of NaOH is a 40 divided by acidity is equal to, how much the acidity of NaOH? Number of replaceable hydroxyl ions. Hydroxyl ions means OH. So that is how many hydroxyl ions are groups present in the NaOH? That is a 1. So 40 divided by 1 is equal to 40. This is the equivalent weight of NaOH. Yes, one more example regarding the equivalent weight of base. Equivalent weight of base like a KOH you can take. That is the molecular weight of KOH divided by acidity. And molecular weight of KOH is equal to, so that is 39 molecular mass of potassium and 16 molecular mass of oxygen, and hydrogen is 1, that is a 56. Molecular weight of KOH is equal to 56 divided by acidity. How to calculate here? The number of hydroxyl ions, the replaceable hydroxyl ions are 1 here, hence we have to divide the 1. This is the what? Equivalent weight of KOH. So now we will calculate the equivalent weight of salts. Equivalent weight of salts. So that is formula molecular weight, or you can take formula mass divided by total charge of cation or anion. Equivalent weight of a salt can be calculated by, so that is the molecular weight or formula mass. Formula mass means here the salts are having a crystal attached structure, as you already know that. For that reason we are taking the formula mass. So that is the total charge of cation or anion. So for example, you can take equivalent weight of salts like sodium chloride. You can take sodium chloride. That is a formula mass of sodium chloride is sodium chloride 23 plus 35.5. How much you got? So that is a 58.5 divided by total charge on cation or anion. That is a sodium plus 1, Cl minus 1. That is the charge of the cation or anion is 1. That is a 58.5 is the equivalent weight of NaCl. Now one more example regarding this one, equivalent weight of CaCl2. This is a salt. So molecular mass of a calcium is 40, 1 chlorine mass is 35.5. How much you got? That is 111 divided by charge on the cation or anion, that is Ca plus 2 or Cl minus 2. We have taken a 2 Cl minus here, hence it is minus 2. How much the charge it is? Plus 2. Hence we have to divide it by 2. This is the equivalent weight of salts like a CaCl2 and NaCl. This is the method to calculate the what? Equivalent weight of acid or base or equivalent weight of salts. Now we discuss about the equivalent weight of oxidizing agent or reducing agent. So now how to calculate the equivalent weight of oxidizing agent or reducing agent. So equivalent weight of oxidizing agent or reducing agent is equal to molecular weight divided by charge of oxidation state per molecule. This is the formula to calculate the equivalent weight of oxidizing agent or reducing agent. Now example can take equivalent weight of, so like KMnO4, potassium permanganate. Molecular weight of KMnO4 is 158, you can calculate that, and charge of oxidation state per molecule is, so that is 5. How many electrons are transferred here? That is, so Mn having a plus 7 state here, this is plus 1, so minus 8, this is plus 7. So Mn having a plus 7 oxidation state, this will be converted into Mn plus 2. Here plus 7 to plus 2 means, plus 7 to plus 2 means how many electrons are transferred? 5 electrons are transferred, hence divided by the charge of oxidation state per molecule will be 5. 158 divided by 5 means we will get the equivalent weight of the KMnO4. This is the calculation of equivalent weight of oxidizing agent and reducing agent. Yes, now we will discuss about the relation between the molarity and mole fraction, normality and mole fraction, molality and molarity. So now relation between the molarity and normality. There is a formula to calculate. If it is they given a molarity, they will ask to calculate the normality, or they will give the normality and ask to calculate the molarity. In such cases we will use the formula like molarity into molecular weight is equal to normality into equivalent weight. As we already know that how to calculate the equivalent weight. So now I can write the normality is equal to N into molarity. N is the acidity or basicity. So we already know that how to calculate the acidity or basicity. So that is one more formula between the molarity and normality. And one more is the relation between the molarity and molality. Very important formula to calculate the molarity of the solution. If they given a molality, we want to calculate if the molality, if they given a molarity. In such cases, 1 divided by m is equal to d divided by m minus m2 divided by 1000. This is the formula. Small m means molality, d means density of the solution, m means molarity, m2 means molar mass of a solute divided by 1000, as we already know that. So this is the formula between molarity and molality. And one more relation, that is relation between the molality and mole fraction, that is x2 mole fraction of the solute is equal to molality into m1, that is a molar mass of a solvent, divided by 1 plus m into m1. This is a molality and molar mass of a solvent. This is one more formula. And one more important formula, relation between the mole fraction and the molarity. So x2 is the mole fraction of the solute is equal to capital M molarity into m1 molar mass of a, that is solvent, divided by molarity into bracket m1 minus m2 plus d. D is the density of the solution. And one more relation between the molarity and mass percentage, that is the m is equal to, molarity is equal to mass percentage of the substance into 10 into d divided by m2. Here d is the density of the solution and m2 is the molar mass of the solute. And relation between the normality and mass percentage. That is, normality is equal to mass percentage into 10 into density of the solution divided by equivalent weight. These are the some important formula to calculate the normality or molarity or mole fraction in case of both they had a given. So this is an important formula. So how it will be used, we will discuss in the next class or the problems regarding the solutions. Until that, see you in the next video.